What is up, everybody? Welcome to planet-Pepe. Let's talk about the first band I technically was ever a part of. It's called the-Meatles. I was in the 3rd grade. Now, I've talked about the Beatles on this channel before, but I don't think I ever really dove into like how much of a big influence they were with me and my older brother and some of our friends growing up. We loved the Beatles. I mean, I still do, obviously. They're one of the greatest bands of all time. But, like, we loved the Beatles. Like, there was something about them that was just clicked. We would listen to them all the time. We would throw on, like, everything from, like, I Want to Hold Your Hand to Sgt. Pepper, everything in between. And I was super young. When it was me, my older brother, and his friend Andrew. I mean, we were friends too. They were a couple years older than us. Maybe they were like in the 5th grade. Me and Andrew's younger sister were, I think, in the 3rd grade, and we formed this band out of love called the-Meatles, and we would do like parodies of their songs. Like, and like, I'm not saying like we put out like legit like records, like full on, like if there was a Beatles album with 12 songs, we would put out a Beatles album with 12 songs parodying all those songs. And we thought it was so, we were just kids goofing around, having fun. I mean, none of us could play instruments at that point, like at all, but like we even had like parodies for like their names, like Allison, who was, I think she was Ringo Marr instead of Ringo Starr. I think I was like Paul McCartney or something. There was like John McLennan. Like there was like a bunch of different, like we had like parodies for everything. I mean, we instead of, I remember the first song we put out, and this is like, it was legit. Like we actually had, I mean, not legit, but you get what I'm saying, to the point where like my Andrew, who was my older brother's friend, he was like really tech savvy, even like in like the early 90s or like late 90s kind of thing. So like he could like burn CDs, and we would like, he would find like the melodies to songs, and then we would like sing over them. Like I Want to Hold Your Hand, we made like I want to wash your hands. You've got that dirt scum. No, we came up with all different types of things, and we would actually like legitimate burn CDs, and we were like, I was 9, 10 or something, but we would throw out these CDs. We even like after school would go over like we lived in a like a townhouse type like residential area, so like the townhouse like a couple of doors down was Andrew and Allison's, and like we would go there after school and like have like band practice. Like we would straight up like try to like write lyrics to parodies. Like Eleanor Rigby, we did like all the headless people instead of all the lonely people. I don't know. We just like, we even one time in Andrew's basement, in Allison's basement, we did a music video, and the crazy thing is, it actually was on YouTube at one point. Like, I mean, this is early on. This is like, I'm talking maybe like 12, 13, 14, 15 years ago. But it was, Andrew put it on YouTube. And I mean, we didn't know what we were doing. I had like a fake kind of guitar I was trying to play. We had my brother was singing literally into a like a pool stick as like a microphone. The drums we had set up as like, we put like frisbees, like we like staged up frisbees, and like had Allison like fake playing, and Andrew I think was on like another guitar or something like that. But like none of us were playing. We were just pretending to play, and then we would like all kind of sing. And but it did when it was on YouTube. It's not there anymore, unfortunately. The video still got to exist somewhere. Maybe I should hit up Andrew or my brother to hit up Andrew and see if like it's still somehow like resurrectable, because that would be awesome to see again. I remember that night very well. And his mom like videotaped us like with a straight up like camcorder, not even like like we're talking like a camcorder, and like we were all just kind of, I think we did our first song, which is this first song we wrote, I Want to Wash Your Hands. And it was so much fun, and it actually got like a lot of hits on YouTube. So, and you know, there's also something weird else with this. My friend Matt, who basically is one of my older brothers. I mean, we're not blood related, but you know, he might as well be. My best friend. He was like an honorary Beatles member. He was a big fan too. He just wasn't there like when we formed, and there was no fifth member. So like it was just kind of like, so he would kind of, you know, be there too. And I swear to God, this is one of the weirdest things. This is like a weird thing even to this day, that like kind of, I don't want to say it weirds me out, but it's like it's a weird thing. So I mean, he was basically we're brothers, and there was one day I couldn't have been. I was probably in the third grade. He was probably in the fourth grade or something like that. Like he's like a little bit older than me. And I remember we were in. There was a bunch of us. We were in the car on like a Saturday or something. It was like a spring day, and my mom was driving us to this like a battlefield type, like a history thing. Like they gave tours, and like there was like it was kind of like some type of historic place with like Abraham Lincoln and things like that, and you know, like the armies. And we were sitting in the car. I'm sitting right next to my boy Matt, and no one's really saying anything. It was probably a long drive. It was probably like half an hour or something. And at some point, I swear to God, at the same exact time, and I'm not being like facetious or like, I am at the same exact time, me and Matt started singing Eleanor Rigby, like out of nowhere at the same time, like boom, like, and it like we looked at each other like oh my God, and we pretty much sang the whole song together. And it just like was like a weird thing. It was like, oh my God, like how did that happen? Like the odds that you even speak at the same time or sing a song and the same song at the same time, it really weirded us out. And like to this day, it's kind of like oh my, like holy like that's so random. Like that's like one in a million. But it was a cool experience. Anyway, I guess I'll cut it here, but I know it's kind of been an all over the place type video, but yeah, the Meatles, instead of the Beatles, we were the Meatles. I was in the third grade. Even did a project on the Beatles when I was in the third. I was that young, but still love the Beatles so much that I did a project on them. I think I dressed up as John Lennon to give like the presentation. It was some type of, I don't know, you know, like a typical like elementary school project. But I dressed up as John Lennon, and yeah, no, I still have fun. I'm a fan of the Beatles, and I'm sure if you listen to us, you would be too. All right, everyone, Planet-Pepe here. Peace out.